until the very end of this video, I have a very special announcement about a collaboration that is coming up the month of February. It is something you do not want to miss, so make sure you stay until the end of this video to hear all about it. Hello, I'm back. I thought that I would pop on and answer a few questions for you guys while I get ready for an event I have to go to for our Chamber of Commerce. As you know, I'm an ambassador, and if you've listened to anything I've said in my videos, one of my biggest networking tips is to get involved in your local Chamber of Commerce, because there are so many opportunities to not only network with smaller businesses like yours, but to also get involved with some of the higher ups in your city government and understand a lot of the organizations and programs that your city has to offer. So if you are not a member of your local Chamber of Commerce, I highly suggest that you become one very soon. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to answer some questions. I posted in my Facebook group, the BTB Boss Talk. I asked some of the people in my group to tell me if they had any questions and that I would answer them. And so in this video, as I get ready, I've already put on a little mascara, but as I get ready for my event with the Chamber, I'm going to take a little time to answer those questions. The first question that I got was, how did you decide to go into helping people with branding? Well, it really was a natural progression from all of the other things that I had done. But in all honesty, I've always enjoyed strategic marketing, even in college. First of all, my degree is in marketing, but even in college, my favorite class was marketing strategies. I had a huge project. There was a local YMCA right beside my college, and we had to do a project where we had to develop a marketing strategy for Hayes Taylor YMCA was the name of it. I just remember that was my favorite class. I absolutely loved working on that project. It was a group project, and our group ended up making the highest grade in the class. So I have always loved creating marketing strategies and understanding the purpose behind, why people are making the decision to purchase and to buy. So that's the first thing. But then also, as I have been doing this for such a long period of time, I also realized that it's very important to establish a reputation of your greatness. It's also necessary for you to grow in relationship with the people that you finally attract. So you need to engage with them. And then lastly, you need to develop the kind of rapport that breeds loyalty. And that's how you end up with customers who will sing your praises and help you grow your business over time. And so just the process of building a reputation for yourself and developing relationships and rapport with people is so intriguing to me, because it's so much more than a sales page or a landing page, or it even goes beyond having a really good product, because most times you're not the only person selling that product, so you can't rely on that. So you really rely heavily on who you are as a person. And so I love sort of working with brands, if you will, to showcase their uniqueness. And so I think that's why I love marketing strategies so much. All right, the next question is, what would you tell people to focus on as a starting point? I would say that I would start off with identifying what you need to do and be your absolute best, so that you can operate from a position of overflow. I think a lot of entrepreneurs get really burnt out because they are trying to do business the way they see other people doing business, and so they find themselves spinning their wheels more often than not, because they really don't know what they need to be successful for themselves, and they're really trying to navigate the success for themselves based on the success they see someone else has. And it's just not a good idea, because I believe that we are the sum of our business, and our ability to do business really comes from our own passions, our own influences, and our own experiences. And that's kind of what makes us unique in our business and gives us the position of power and value, because we're the only ones who can speak from our experiences and our passions and our unique influences, we really do have to start with us because we have to understand what all those things are. I always tell people when I'm speaking, I have this little thing where I'm talking about you have to unpack your bag. Like, we all come with baggage, but we really need to unpack our bag and get rid of the negative tapes, the limiting beliefs, and then we need to give all those things back to the people that gave them to us. And we need to then repack our bags with our strengths, our limitations, our desires, and our non-negotiables. And when we do that, we have really constructed what I call your personal framework, and that's the area in which you can operate to make sure that you are absolutely doing your best and you're being your best in your business. So to answer this question, I would just say you want to start and focus on yourself and understanding what you need to do your best so that you can get that for yourself and then give out of overflow. The next question is, what do you focus on for the development of your personal brand? So I say, and I've talked about this before, and if I will actually link it in the description below, but I talk about what I call your style thread. And your style thread is, I define your style thread as a replication of preferences that you use to create an external expression of who you are. Basically, it's taking that personal framework that I just talked about and then determining how you want to use that in terms of your personal style, in terms of your communication style, like any messaging that you want to convey with your nonverbal messaging and your actual communications. So it's really identifying these things that you prefer that will make you help you do things the best way you can, and then finding how you can replicate those preferences in the various things you have to do. So I think that that's where you should focus as you're building out your personal brand, because your personal brand is really about sort of what you need so that you can have a consistency about the way that you're presenting yourself. It's not a selfish thing. It doesn't make you conceited. It's not just for large businesses. It really is an opportunity for you to showcase who you are, what you want people to know you for. You want people to recognize you when you're not around, and you want people to say, oh wow, that's, that looks like something Andrea would do, or that looks like something Lisa would do, that looks like her stuff. Like, you can look at a Vera Bradley bag that has a bunch of flowers, and the first thing you're going to say is, oh, that reminds me of Vera Bradley, because that's Vera Bradley's style. So your personal brand is that thing that people recognize about you because you're consistent with it. It's the things that you can, those replication of preferences that are going to make you identifiable. And so it's not just pictures, it's not just images, it's like the way you talk, it's the way you write a blog post, it's the style of clothes you wear, type of communication that you have, it's things like that. So that is what I would just say about what you need to focus on for developing your personal brand. Question number 4 is, why did you choose to go into personal branding? Oh my gosh, okay. First of all, the reasoning behind that is because I have done a lot of different businesses, but when I looked at, again, this brings us back to your style thread. When I looked at, for a long time I did marketing, like for companies. I went into cosmetology, so did cosmetology. And then I stopped doing that. When I had my daughters, I created marketing strategies for nonprofits and other businesses. And I just kind of felt like, and then I started doing fashion styling. And when I looked back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on overload. I'm just drowning here. I don't know what I want to do. So when I stopped doing everything and I took a good hard look at what I was doing and what I enjoyed about each of those things, I realized that ultimately I just really like making people and things look their best so that they can attract who it is they want to attract. And whether that is a person who wants to look their best in their clothes and I'm doing the wardrobe styling for them, or if it is a business who wants to look their best for a customer, whatever their reasoning behind it is, I just realized that I enjoy every aspect of making it happen for them. If I'm shopping and I am helping them pull together a look for an event, or if I am working with a small business and I'm helping them with a marketing strategy so that they can launch a program or something along those lines. I just realized that the bottom line is that I love helping people look really good for the things that they want to attract into their life, if that makes sense. Next question is, can you offer an example of a universal lesson anyone can apply as it relates to personal branding? Absolutely. The answer to this question is for sure. So a really good lesson that I think people do not think about, that I love to talk about, is the creation of systems, processes, and workflows within your business. And I think this is a great a universal lesson for using your personal brand, because as you know, I talked about like developing that style thread and it being a replication of preferences. And so when you use your personal brand to create your systems and processes and workflows, what you're doing is you are making sure that those systems and workflows are contributing to a positive customer experience. And the way to give your customer a positive experience is firstly to make sure that the experience is not taxing on you. And so therefore your systems need to reflect the best way you stay motivated and inspired, the best way you communicate, the best times to do things, the best tools to use, the most effective ways to be productive, and make sure that your customer's experience is a positive one. Your process is there to help you navigate your system. The processes that you have within each system are going to make sure that that system is running properly. Now, the workflow that you use, that's your day-to-day, that's down in the weeds. Those are things that you need to make sure are running on a daily basis consistently, so that your processes are actually working for your system. So when you're using your personal brand, you're putting it into action. It's not like something that's steady. It's not a noun, it's a verb. So we are actively leveraging who we are to make our businesses better. So the universal lesson is using your personal brand to create systems, processes, and workflows so that you can also provide your customers with a positive experience with your brand. So I hope that makes sense. If you didn't get that, leave a comment below. I'd be happy to go over it with you again, because I really do find that this is one way that people really need to understand why their personal brand is so important. The leveraging of their personal brand is so important, because these are how you get down in the weeds of your business and make your customer experience amazing. And if your customer experience is amazing, that customer is going to continue to come back. They're also going to share you with other people. So this is a very fundamental use of personal branding, which is what I like to use. That's the verb. That's taking who you are, what you like to do best, your values, your motivations, and you're leveraging all of that and applying it to various aspects of your life and business. How do you market to your ideal customer? Well, the first thing you have to do is identify that ideal customer. And sometimes you think you know who you're talking to, but you really don't. And I'm a witness to this, because I absolutely love working with startups and small businesses. And when I first started working and doing this business, that's who I wanted to talk to. I was just convinced that what I had to give them was going to help them grow their business and be the absolute best they could possibly be, and get to all of their clients and just have an amazing business. But what I realized is that all the work that I had put in to find this knowledge and the way that I wanted to share that knowledge with people, small businesses and some of them startups, their main focus is making that dollar, getting that money. So they didn't see the value in the service that I was providing. And so I had to go back to the drawing board and recognize that who I really wanted to serve wasn't necessarily who was looking for the information that I was sharing. So that is what you have to think about when you are looking at marketing to your ideal client. You have to look beyond who you want to talk to, and you need to look at who is actually seeking the information you have. So that is like one of the biggest things when it comes to marketing to your ideal client. You have to really make sure that who you think you're marketing to is who you should be marketing to. So that's the biggest piece of advice I can give you. So make sure you do your research, find the people who are looking for what it is you're looking for, use their language when you are trying to promote and market to them, so that they will recognize that you're someone who can answer their questions and provide them with the value that they're looking for. Definitely just make sure that who you think you're talking to is who you need to be talking to, and then make sure that you're speaking their language. All right, what is the exciting part of having your own business? Oh my gosh. So the exciting part is freedom. I love the fact that I am able to work from home, that I am able to go on vacation, and I can work from anywhere. So if my husband wants to take me on vacation, I can go. If I need to go visit my daughter at college, I can go. I just need to bring my camera, I need to bring my laptop, and I can work from anywhere. Also, serving, I often talk about giving out of overflow. I love the idea of being able to pour into someone else and help them grow their business and do a better job with their career, or even just in life general, just having a better quality of life. I love the idea of serving people with that. And so when I coach people, or even in my programs, I'm talking to you about serving over selling. When you do that, you'll sell a lot more. First of all, because people can recognize the genuineness and the fact that you really do want to help them, and that you're looking for ways to help them. Even if your product is outside of their budget, you have provided them with some content or opportunities to absorb as much as they possibly can for free, or for a lower price point that they can reach, and they can feel that you are really giving, you're serving, and you're not just trying to make a dollar. That comes from authenticity, and I think that's why it's so important for you to construct your personal framework so that you can give authentically, and you know what that looks like for you, and you're not trying to do it someone else's way, because doing it that way sometimes puts a lot of pressure on you to perform and have outcomes that you see other people have outcomes. But when you're really operating from an authentic place, and you are serving and you're giving out of overflow, then you're not measuring your success on those same criteria. So it just makes doing business so much easier, and I love that. I love the smiles and the thank yous, and I love the appreciation you get from serving over selling. And then lastly, I just love seeing those light bulb moments with my clients. I love when we're on a Zoom, or we're in a group setting, or even if I'm doing a speaking engagement and I'm answering questions, and you see the light bulb go off in someone's mind, and they're like, oh, I get it, I understand. I love that moment. So that really does make having my own business just so pleasurable. Okay, the last question is, what are some challenges you face with the pandemic and your business? So this is a good question, because I sort of had the opposite effect. I did not have a ton of struggle during the pandemic. I had a lot of growth during the pandemic, because prior to the pandemic, it was very difficult for me to get people to see the importance of being active in the digital space with their business. So many small businesses, like I said earlier when I was talking about, clients and like knowing who your niche is and marketing to your ideal client, so many small businesses that I was actually trying to reach through networking with the chamber and everything, they could not see the forest for the trees. They were in it to make their dollar. They had started their business. They had these goals. They wanted to make money. In some instances, they had to make money because they had kind of put a lot of their financials on the line to make their business work. So me coming at them with, hey, let me help you with your social media, or hey, let me show you how you can get more clients with authenticity, that just was not resonating, because they needed to make their money. They were able to do that because they were doing in-person networking, and they were being able to meet people for one-on-ones at coffees, things like that. So during the pandemic, what happened was a lot of people had to learn the art of digital marketing, and they did not have a clue. And so some of the same people that I had been talking to prior to COVID that just weren't trying to hear me knocked on my door, and they needed help. And so I had tons of clients during COVID, and I had my best year ever between 2020 and 2021. So I didn't have a hard time or very many challenges. Now I would say the challenge is, I've sort of figured out how I want to be able to help the masses with my signature program and my CEO intensive. And so now the challenge is really getting that program up and running, and getting on those calls and doing the demos, and getting people to see the value in the signature program, and sort of pivoting from a client-based business to more of an online education business. And so that's sort of where the challenge lies now, but I am up for it and I'm excited about it. And so if you did not know about my signature program, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below. I would love to get on a call with you and share a presentation with you about what the program is and how it could potentially help you, and see if it's something that you would be interested in. We can get on a call like 30-45 minutes, and I'll share the whole program with you, and we'll see if it's something that would benefit you in your business. So definitely check that link out in the description box below. Okay, my makeup is done with the exception of my lipstick, and I'm just going to put on a little finishing spray. And I'm done. Those are my questions. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you liked the answers that I gave to these questions. If you have any questions, I would love to do this again. It was fun. So if you have any questions for me about personal branding, about your personal framework, about how to be more authentic in your business, or about how to make your business and your personal life coexist a little bit better, then definitely leave your questions in the comments below. If you have not already, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscription button so that you will not miss an episode. Hit the notification bell and come back and join me every week. I will have 1 to 2 videos for you. We'll be doing a lot of vlogging in 2022, but starting next week, guys, I am so excited about this. Starting next week, I am doing a collaboration with 2 amazing women. We are talking about how to fall back in love with your business. And so I wanted to do this video today answering the questions so that maybe it gets some juices stirring in you about your business, and then you can watch all February. Every week, the 3 of us will have a video as it relates to falling back in love with your business, how to do that, why you should do that, all of the things. And so there will be a total of 12 videos, guys, in this playlist. It is going to be epic. So I hope that you will come back each week in February. Definitely check out my channel, and then I will have the other ladies' channels in the description box for you to check out their videos on the subject as well. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, guys.